Back my money, I don't want it anymore. Hi, Kevin Blanch. Fight of my life. I tell everybody, how do you like me now? It's starting to look like freaking Ed Koch, but oh my God, what a war! Oh my God! But I want to talk about environmental poison in the environment. First thing I want to read all your beautiful cards and letters that I've been getting from all over the world. They made me cry. They literally made me cry. You know, they helped me so much. I got one today. I want to read this before I go on my rant about, this is probably the most important video I'll ever put up. The oak tree. A mighty wind blew night and day. It stole the oak tree's leaves away, and snapped its boughs and pulled its bark until the oak was tired and stark. But still the oak tree held its ground, while other trees fell around. The weary wind gave up and spoke. How can you still be standing, oak? The oak tree said, I know that you can break each branch of mine in two, tear every leaf away, shake my limbs and make me sway. But I have roots stretching into the earth, growing stronger since my birth. You'll never touch me, for you see, they are the deepest part of me. Until today I wasn't sure of just how much I could endure. But now I have found, with thanks to you, I'm stronger than I ever knew. Boy, is that true. You know, it brought tears to my eyes this morning. The last few days have been so wicked, and I've found strength that I never knew I had. But I want to talk about, it's ironic how I quote Leonard Byrd, and I quote Richard Miller, and here's my room. Believe it or not, there's the U right there where they wrote these things. This is the home of Wallace Stegner. This is the home where he taught right there. This is the home of the beautiful green flowing through the red rocks. This is the Tribune last Sunday morning. They're trying to build the blue castle down there on that river. I tell everybody, it's the biggest disgrace. Even if it was safe, which we all know that's total bullshit because all they do is lie, lie, lie. They can't even address the ones they have and they want to build news. All those people that were murdered downwinders in southern Utah, they want to walk out and look at that. I tell everybody, why don't you just put a statue of Ted Bundy on freaking State, on the corner of State Street? You know, it is a monument. Everybody, the whole generation murdered, and their families have to walk out and look at you. And you know, this is how pollsters lie. Oh, we have a poll of 200 people. The 72% of Utahns say they're for it, which is a total lie. All the world polls, 30,000 strong. My polls, it was, 6,000 strong, show completely the opposite. They're liars. They're nothing but fucking liars. And as far as the environment, it's everything. It is everything. And if you don't think my mind can incorporate history, social sciences, everything together, I'll tell you something. Wallace Stegner, retired right there, used to mow Charlie Russell's lawn. That's how I can incorporate things in my mind as I look at the broader picture of everything. And as I grew up as a boy in Utah, on that mighty delta in this beautiful Utah, I become in love and entrenched with our environment. It is my true romance. When I fell in love with it as a boy, the birds and the mountains and the skies, how do you leave that? So I deal with the politics of this backwards place. I deal with the people that are freaking backwards in their idealism in the community. I do it because I'm in love with the environment. Because the mountains and the vistas and the birds and the sea, they've tried to destroy them. The creeks that I live by have destroyed one of the greatest deltas in the world, as that Lower Weber dumps into where I grew up and watched the thousands of blue herons and the geese and the muskrats and the birds and the trumpeter swans as they landed. How can you leave that? How can you leave that? As they poisoned and murdered us, as they marched my father into the trenches, into Nevada, and human guinea pig them and lied. As the NRC lies, as we have a brownie gift job, Jacko, and we let that off the hook. We let that off the hook. As people die in droves of freaking cancers, and we let that off the hook. We just say, chalk it up. The environment is everything. It is all we have. And they poison it, and we sit back and say, oh, well, there's nothing we can do about it. Bullshit. The things that we know wrong, fix them. The nuclear energy, you have 200 something plants in the United States where you're storing spent fuel rods on site when you lied to us and told you had a place to store them. And you want to build new ones? Like I said, Stegner would roll over in his grave. Leonard Byrd would roll over in his grave. Richard Miller would roll over in his grave. This is Utah. And to all Utahns, if they accept these theses as your politics have been ingrained and you become backwards thinking, What does it matter with you? What does it matter? Look at this place. It's all we have, these beautiful mountains and these incredible vistas. This is Utah, the most beautiful environmental state in the country, which it is incredible from border to border to border to border. And you're okay with them poisoning, destroying, and murdering your family members. Kevin Blanch, I really am in the fight of my life, and I am fighting. I will survive. I honestly will survive.